Do you see, Vera, my love? It is called evolution.
Eh?
Have you never wondered why fish have fins? Birds have wings. Dogs have tails.
No, I haven't.
Well, do you see, to be able to swim, a fish needs fins, so it grew up. See, and a bird grew wings so it could fly. And a dog, do you see? Look, we've got to adapt to survive anyway. The rovers has got to change.
Well, fair enough. But what I want to know is why you've changed your mind. I mean, take this jukebox. 1 minute you won't entertain it, next minute you're all for it.
Yes, but I realised, you see, that Alec was right.
I thought you were going to put Alec in his place. Let him know he can't push us around. Now it's Alec's right, Alec's got a point, 3 bags full, Alec. Well, I think you can have in summer. I want a shareholders meeting this morning.
No, see,
Yes,
Vera...
I want a meeting this morning before we open.
This came yesterday. From Nick's solicitor. He's going through with it. He's stopping every penny of maintenance.
A divorce? With me cited as co-respondent? I mean, you got together after him split up, were you? What's going on?
When the divorce comes through, Nick's going to want half of everything. Half of this place, half the business. And we can't survive on the profits from the garage, not with Sally sucking them dry.
Look, Sally wouldn't ask for the money if she didn't need it.
Kevin, she's working now. How long's she going to expect you to go digging into your own pocket? And mine?
You're being unfair.
Oh, face facts. We've got to tell her to manage on less money. Now.
Yeah, all right. But I'll do it myself.
When did you leave home, then?
2 or 3 years ago.
How come?
Well, my dad was on booze and then, he died.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I was only little. Then my mum had one boyfriend after another. None of them were bothered about me. I was just this kid that got in the way. Then, last one, he hit us a couple of times and that was it. I was out of there. I was happy living with my mates and I was at home.
Right, are we set?
Yeah, I'll just get my coat.
We're going into town to buy baby clothes. Are you coming?
We're going shopping again? No. How can you buy clothes for a baby when you don't know whether it's a boy or a girl?
It don't matter, does it, when the babies?
Are you sure about this baby? She comes from a rough lot, you know.
Baby'll fit in then, won't it? See ya.
See ya.
There's not a lot of love lost between me and Des Barnes. It's a long story. And anyway, even if it looked like I was enjoying myself, I'd just be pretending.
Oh, Curly, it's a farewell dinner for me, not for Des.
I don't like goodbye do's. I don't like goodbyes, full stop.
Please.
Yeah, all right, I'll go,
Good.
I'll go.
Good boy.
Yeah, see you later.
Hello, Rosie. How are you?
All right, thank you.
What about you?
I'm fine, thanks. Hey, Chris, thanks for bringing Rosie over the other day.
Hey, anyone would have done it, eh?
No, it's not just that. You were... Well, it was really good to talk things over. Thank you.
Any time.
See you.
Yeah. Surprised to see you here. I didn't know we were working today.
I'll do a couple of hours. Just having a cosy chat now with Sally, weren't you?
I was checking she was all right. Rosie wandering off was a bit of a shock for her.
Yeah, but I got the blame for that, didn't I? Did she say out?
About what?
About me? Natalie?
No, she didn't. Look, I don't want to get involved in this, Kev. I don't want to take sides, all right?
Fair enough. See you in the Rover's gonna finish there.
Yeah, right, I'll see you.
You shouldn't be even wait like that, Mrs. Aldworth. You're going to do yourself a permanent damage.
Yes, I do know.
Oh, get away. Women are as strong as men. We found that out in the war.
I'm sorry, Maud, but I must take issue there. Don't tell me that land girls and such like were doing the heavy duties.
We were in munitions. The weights we had to lug about, you'd never believe. I'd show you now if I had the use of my leg.
Well, you haven't, Mother.
Where's young Ashley, then?
Fred Elliot took him back. Reckon the meat trade were picking up again. But I know it was because he discovered that Ashley were enjoying himself more over here.
He was only ever temporary until we found somebody else, which we haven't. So yet again, it's up to me, isn't it?
She gets like that, overwrought. She always has done. She'll be out again in a minute, and it'll all be forgotten about.
Right.
Well, go on then.
Oi, huh? It's you that called the shareholders meeting, Vera.
I know, because I wanted to know what you two were doing on the sly.
There's nothing on the sly, Vera. Everything's above board. I mean, first off, a jukebox. Now, we're all agreed that that's a good move.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Good, good. We're looking to widen the age profile of our clientele, you see, Vera.
More youngsters.
All right. Yeah, of course.
And a jukebox would affect the ambience of the bar.
It will, aye.
Yeah, well, I can see that, yeah.
But we need to do more. If we're going to have a younger crowd in the bar itself, we need some younger face behind it. We're going to have to replace our more mature bar staff with less mature ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, yeah, we have to do it, Wayne.
So you'll go along with that then, Vera?
We thought, like...
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, we can't be like dinosaurs, can we? Burying his head in the sands.
Oh, very aptly put.
Only thing is, though...
anything. For my little swamp duck, anything in the world.
Yeah, but who's going to tell her?
Who?
Well, Betty. She's going to find it very hard, you know.
Hey!
Dad.
Hiya, gorgeous!
Have you come on for good?
What's this? Hey!
Do you reckon? You're either born good or bad, or is it the way you're brought up?
You've got me there, Gary.
I mean, take families. I mean, if your parents are villains, you'd think it were 10 to 1 that you turn out to be a villain, wouldn't you? But how do you know whether it's in the blood, or it's the example that your parents set?
I think you know.
How?
Well, look at our Sawyer and Leanne. I mean, they've never waited for anything. We've always taught them right from wrong, and they've turned out as bad as each other. No shadow of a doubt. They were born like it.
Look at Betty, bless her. Do you know, she comes alive when she's behind this bar. How's she going to cope when she has to go?
Vera, it's not her life's blood. She does this as a hobby.
Yeah, well, she cracks on, she does. But I think it's being cooped up with her Billy that sends her around the bend.
Ah, well, there can be no sentiment in business. Sometimes, you know, management have got to make some very tough decisions.
Hey, Samantha, are you going somewhere?
Yeah, time to move on. I didn't mean to stay this long. It just sort of happened.
Oh, Judy will miss you. Well, I know you two have had your moments, but she'll miss you. Sure she will.
I will. I just got onto first base with Samantha.
Had you? I hadn't noticed.
It's the way she looks at me when she gives me my change.
Oh, the come to bed look, you mean?
Don't tell me she does it to you and all.
No. No, she saves it for you, especially for you. But I know what you mean.
Hey, Rosie, come on. Go upstairs and wash those hands, because it's nearly dinner time now. So you cross the street. What are you doing here on a Sunday? Sent you to do the dirty work, has she?
No. I have to do the book, Sal. I've come to talk to you, Sal.
There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, there is. Natalie's husband's filed for a divorce.
I thought they'd split up long since.
They did.
So what's this got to do with me?
He's named me as co-respondent.
Oh, I see. So poor old Kevin's been used as grounds for divorce. I bet Natalie's husband couldn't wait for someone like you to come along. You walked right into that one, didn't you?
He's gonna leave us short. Me and Natalie.
My heart bleeds for you, Kev. It really does.
Sally, please. If Nick takes half of what Natalie's got and I carry on giving you what I do, we're not going to have anything to live on.
Kevin, what you give me goes towards putting a roof over the girls' heads, feeding and clothing them. It was you that walked out with Natalie, and if it's all falling down your ears now, that is your problem.
Sally, please.
Now go away!
Oh, you're right about Sally as well.
Aye?
I've just been round her. She's in a right state.
Well, she has had a lot to put up with, though.
I thought you said earlier you wasn't going to take sides.
I'm not. I'm just telling you the way it is. Well, from where I'm standing, anyway.
You see, Samantha going makes our corporate restructuring more urgent. The sooner we get younger bar staff, the better.
I say it's a shame about Samantha, isn't it? Still, we'll have to soldier on, won't we?
Corner shops were supposed to die out when supermarkets come on the scene.
They'll never die out. People have realised they don't get personal services in the big shopping malls. And the stores themselves. Got the same names in the middle of every town you come to, they have. It's just they're all under one roof.
Little shops don't just take your money, they give a social service in return.
Quite.
Which is why you should never have closed for lunch.
That's right. People depend on you.
Well, they can stop depending on me, can't they? Because I'm shutting up for good. I'm selling up.
You can't do that.
Oh, she comes out with this now and again. It's just attention-seeking.
It's not. I mean, I've had enough. I don't even know what I'm doing in there anymore.
Earning a living, that's what you're doing, and you're lucky to have it.
Where am I going to get my bits and bobs?
Oh, you'll manage.
Don't speak to Percy like that. He's been a loyal customer.
Sorry. It's very hard, Mother.
Life is hard, Maureen.
Well, only for me, it seems. Anyway, I've decided. I'm calling it a day.
Look, Betty, I think it's time you were told.
Told what?
Well, they want a younger feel, you know, bar.
Oh, not a bad idea, that.
Younger bar staff as well. You know.
How do you mean?
Well, young ones up front serving with older ones behind the scenes.
Well, what are you saying? I mean, Alec, Jack, me, you, there'll be nobody else left behind here.
No, just you, Betty.
You what?
Well, we're management, aren't we? Hey, don't get on to me. I were against it all.
Where's Gilroy? In the back. Have you got a minute, Alec?
Betty, whatever's to do?
Listen, if some folks think that I am over the hill, I wish I'd had the guts to come and tell me properly. Treat me with a bit of respect. Not mention it out there, by the way.
Who's been talking to you? Vera?
She says that you're going to put the Spice Girls behind that bar.
Well, it's true. Yes, we are trying to create a more youthful atmosphere, but getting rid of somebody with your talent, I mean, it's the last thing on anyone's mind.
Talent?
Sit down, Betty. Now, the master plan is to develop the gastronomic side of the business. We would like you to flex your culinary muscles, Betty. Come out from behind your up pot. Develop not just a regional, but an international cuisine.
I see.
The Rover's return isn't going to be a pub any longer.
No.
Think more a restaurant that just happens to have a bar in one corner of it. We would like you to play a major part in all of this.
How?
We want you to oversee the catering. You'll be based in the kitchen. The kitchen area of things, you see. In fact, Betty, in the kitchen, you will be a queen.
Right.
Did you actually go round to Sally's, Kevin?
Yes, of course I went round.
And did you tell her to manage on less?
I asked her would she manage.
If you ask her, she's always going to say no. You've got to tell her what's going to happen. You're going to have to be tougher, Kevin.
You changed your tune, haven't you?
Well, we're up against it now, aren't we? You've got to be hard, for both our sakes.
Yeah, well, I'm not hard, am I?
Here. We've got big plans for Rovers, you know. I'm sure you'd change your mind if you knew what they were.
I don't think so, V. I've loved working here, but the Rovers has nothing to do with why I'm leaving. Oh, talking of leaving, I was due at Des's half an hour ago. I'll see you later.
Have a nice time.
Yeah, bye.
See, having Ashley there just made me realise that I can't cope on my own anymore, Fred. So, I've decided that I'm selling up.
Quite right.
What do you think I'm doing the right thing then?
Well, retailing is a cutthroat game. If you haven't got the verve, you're best off out of it. I say you're best off out.
Hey, Betty.
Go on.
How did you go on with Alec at dinner time then? You never said oh.
Oh, well, very well, actually, yes.
All right, so what did he say then?
You don't mean that he hasn't actually mentioned the catering? Well, I think it's long overdue myself. I'm just surprised you not knowing. You are management, after all.
Well, thank you.
It's only me.
Oh, just thought you might have invited everyone that happened to be in the Rovers.
Oh, come on, Des. It's only Chris, Curly and Angie. But thanks for having them. I really wanted them here.
I just thought we might have had a bit of time with just the two of us, that's all. It's been your last night.
Here, have a bone to pick with you.
Oh?
Well, here's me practically giving Betty a card when she comes swanning through it with a tail up in the air saying you've offered her a chef's job.
Well, that's her interpretation. I had to tell her something, didn't I, after you dropped me in it? I had to sweeten the pill, didn't I? Anyway, with Betty in the kitchen and a bar team out front here, you'll have it made, Vera.
How do you mean?
You'll be swanning around, won't you, lady of leisure?
Lady of leisure?
Yeah, well, you've had time on your hands to appreciate the finer things in life.
Hang on. I get it. You want rid of me and all?
Actually, I don't know what you mean.
Oh, give over. You must think I were born yesterday, you little weasel. Well, just think on. First of all, it were Betty, and now it's me. Well, there's only one way I'm coming from behind this bar, and that's feet first, right?
What happens if there's something wrong with it?
Oh, the sooner this baby's born, the better. You've had too much time to think the worst. Gary, as soon as you see it, you'll love it.
She hasn't looked after herself, Zoe, though. What with fags and booze and God knows what else.
Yeah, well, she's fine now.
Yeah, well as maybe, but the damage might already be done. What happens when the baby's born and it's an addict? Or it's HIV? Will we be able to bring it home and love it then?
I don't care whether it's got 3 heads. I just want it.
So your mind's made up about selling stock, then?
It was the Maris Pipers.
You've lost me.
You know how sometimes you step outside yourself and then suddenly you see yourself for what you really are?
It wouldn't do for that to happen too often to me, Maureen.
Well, I was dragging this sack of potatoes and the weight, and it was suddenly heavier than ever, you know, and I thought, my life's become just like that. There was no turning back from that moment.
So where are you going to live off?
Well, the proceeds of the shop.
You're never going to live off your capital. Let your savings dwindle to naught, then what? I've got a better idea. I know I'm only a backstreet butcher who's approaching the eventide of his life. But I'm a good man, Maureen. I know I've asked you twice, but as I said, I'll not give up. Not in my nature. I want you to marry me. I'll look after you. I'll take care of your mum. We'll combine our businesses. I'll take that burden off your shoulders, Maureen, love.
Thanks a lot, Des. All right, mate.
Yeah.
No problem.
Thanks, Des. We've had a lovely time.
Right, night, everyone.
Good night.
Night. Are you coming, or...?
I'm going to hang on for a little bit.
Right. See.
Everyone's, gone.
It's because they know. And so do you. That's why you've stayed.
I sit in the sun, and one by one I collect my thoughts
Fred.
and think.
I've been thinking.
You're the best thing you've ever done. I say the best thing.
Wait a minute, hang on.
You don't know what this means to me.
Fred, I haven't decided... Fred, I can't love you the way that you'd probably want me to.
Then love me the way you can.
And the physical thing, well, you see, I'm not sure...
Is there some undisclosed impediment I should know about?
No, I just don't know how I feel about all that, and...
Everything in good time.
And then there's my mother.
I can't marry both of you, Maureen.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to break it to a friend. I mean...
Break it to her? You make it sound like a bereavement, Maureen, not matrimony.
But you see, Fred, I don't know how she might take it.
Maureen. Make me a happy man.
Go on, then.
I don't know what I'd have done without you over the last couple of weeks. If it weren't for you, I'd have never have gone home and confronted what I did.
I did it because I care, Sam.
Yeah, I know. So do I.
Stay the night.
I can't.
Okay. But at least stay in Weatherfield. Don't go.
What was it? Those big sad eyes?
No, it wasn't. Sally and the girls are still my responsibility. Why can't you just understand that?
I do, but you live here now. This is our future. You've got a responsibility to me, to us.
I thought I'd proved that. I gave up my wife, I gave up my kids. What more do I have to do?
Do you know, I wonder if it was worth it you moving in here.
How can you say that? Now?
Because Nick wouldn't have filed for divorce and we wouldn't be on our uppers like we are.
I thought we was in love.
So did I, but look at us, Kevin. We're arguing like some pathetic couple have been married for donkey's years.
All right, let's see.
Oh, where are you going? Where are you going?
You're right, it's a big mistake. Swapping one marriage for another. I should have known when I was well off.
Oh, yeah, go on. Run back to Sally. Kevin? Kevin!